I have decided that there is no app on Android that can replace OmniFocus for my GTD, especially not when you need a total sync with all your devices, Mac, iPhone, iPad, Android, and so on. So in my Android journey I have at the moment, I have decided to start using my own GTD system based on Evernote and the calendar, and I think that will work kind of great. In OmniFocus, for example, you have a forecast view, and the forecast view, if you think about it, it's like a calendar actually. You see what you should do this day or a future day or past day, and all the do's and so on is in that list, that view. And if you use a calendar app, you can get the same thing with all your tasks that needs a due date and repeated due dates and so on. So I will use the calendar for due dates and repeated dues. So all the tasks that have a date, a time, will be in the calendar instead of in a GTD app. And all other stuff that I save to OmniFocus, all the ideas, someday maybe, next actions without due dates and so on, I will store in Evernote in a special way. I will store them in different notebooks. One notebook for home next action, one notebook for home someday maybe, and one notebook for home projects. And the same thing for work. Work next actions, work someday maybe, work projects. These notebooks, I will store all these tasks without a due date. So I will organize all these tasks by doing this. Evernote combined with a calendar. I think that will work. I will start today to do that. And it's very easy to add to this system then, because Evernote is available on my work computer, a Windows machine at work. It's available on my Mac, Evernote. It's available on my iPhone, Evernote. Evernote is kind of slow on iOS, I don't know why. The Evernote app on Android is awesome. It's a lot faster and better on Android than it is on iOS actually. It's the first app I have found that is better on Android than it is on iOS. But on my iPhone I have the excellent app Drafts, and it will be a very easy and fun and fast way to add to Evernote with using Drafts. And another big plus for using Evernote is that Evernote supports to-do checkboxes. So I can do a checklist with to-do checkboxes. So I can check them off when I've done them. And these checkbox lists, all those notes and to-dos I do in Evernote with checkboxes, you can easily search for and do a to-do : false. If you search for that in Evernote, you find all your notes with a unchecked checkbox. It's a very easy way to see what you have left to do. And that is how I will do the review. The review is one of the most important things to do in GTD. And by doing these searches in Evernote, I will do my reviews. And I need to do reviews a bit more often than I did in OmniFocus now, because you don't have the same control as you have in OmniFocus. So I need to do the review a lot more often. And Evernote actually has very powerful search, so you can save these searches to use later also. So it's very useful to have these powerful searches when you're doing GTD, for example. So this way I will use GTD on Android. No, that's what's wrong. This way I will do GTD now when I'm doing the Android journey, because this way I can use all my devices for my GTD system, and that's very important. OmniFocus is only available on my Mac and iPhone, and not on Android, and not on my Windows work machine. So in a way this will be easier to me. It will be easier for me to add to this service, this new way of doing GTD. So that is the first step in my journey to see if I can be as productive and creative as I am on iOS on Android. So far it has been quite hard and tough to be creative and productive on Android, I think. And as I said already many times, Android doesn't have as good apps as iOS have. That's a fact now. I can't find my productive apps I need. I've gone through all the Markdown text editor and no one comes near these Markdown text editors that is available on iOS. No one. I have tried them all now. All. And the same thing with GTD. I've tried them all. Some of them I haven't tried because you need a subscription and pay monthly and so on, and I don't want to do that, never in my life. But I know by looking at them and reading about them and so on that they aren't as good as OmniFocus. And if you see all the reviews everywhere on the net, OmniFocus is the best GTD system you can have. No one beats it. So it's hard to use Android when you want to be creative and productive, because their apps is not as good. The phones are great, the big screens are excellent for what I want to do with them. Excellent. I love the 4.8 inch screen. And they are powerful and so on. The operating system is cool, fun, and you can be productive with widgets. For example, I have a widget for my calendar to the right, and I have a widget for my Gmail inbox to the left when I scroll, swiping with my finger. Really easy to see what you have in your calendar and in your inbox, for example. I have a widget for my Evernote now, so I see what I should do, or my to-dos in Evernote. Very easy to be productive with these kind of widgets. So Android is great for that specific case, but they need better apps. And I don't know why no big, large professional companies are doing apps for Android. There is a lot of professional games for Android, but not apps, not productive and creative apps. I think that's too bad. And I don't talking about Office apps and Word and PowerPoint and such. Creativity and productivity is a lot more than Microsoft Office. If I should use Word and such things, I would use Google Docs or Google Drive, as it's called now. Or I should use Pages on my Mac, but I don't use these kind of apps, and I don't need to do a Word document. Never should I do a Word document. No need. I write everything in Markdown, and my documents gets nicer than a Word document because it's a plain text file, and you have a hidden formatting in the plain text file. So when you need to have all the formatting, links and images and so on, just hit preview and you get a nice looking document where you can share and save to a specific format you need. That's why Markdown beats Word and Office any day. It beats it big time. So Android needs better apps, but I don't know when they will get that, or even if they will get that. That's kind of strange that companies doesn't do apps for Android. Could it be because there is a lot of piracy on Android? You don't need to root the phone to install a pirated app. Could it be why? On iOS you need to jailbreak the phone to install a pirated app. Maybe it's too easy to install a pirated app on Android, that's why. No big companies are doing apps for Android. That could be it, actually. It could be that reason. Okay, bye for now.